Next person I want to talk about. Let's go sprints. Isaiah Young. You put him on this list. 989 over the weekend. Beats Noah Lyles. You're in the 100.
So here's the thing. The way to know who is going to make a team is about consistency. And Isaiah Young, low key, has been one of the most consistent runners in 2021. You bring up his results so far this year. So he's run sub 10 three times already this year. 999, 994, 989, all win legal. And then he's also run a 10-0 twice. So he's had multiple consistent, non-fluky 100-meter performances, which is what you need. Like, it's not about running 9-8 once and then 10-10s the rest of your season. Yeah. You want a bunch of 9-9s because that means you can get through the rounds, and then you're not going to win. Like, you're not going to be Trayvon Bromell level, but if you can go there and be able to run 994 in the third round of a 100-meter trials, that probably is going to be good enough to get third.
It's getting crowded now. You got to feel good about Bromell, but then you have Gatlin, Baker, Young, Javon Martin. You can't discount Noah Lyles. It's going to be tough for Noah Lyles to make this team in the 100.
Yeah, dude.
It is.
Noah Lyles is just in that race where he got beat, too. He's not running that.
The 100-meter final, if you want to do a countdown here, Gordon, the 100-meter final is 18 days from today. June 20th, 7:52 p.m., the men's 100-meter final. There's not much left to do. Now, Lyles has done it before, so I'm not going to discount him. But it's just, with Young putting his name clearly in the mix now, you have 4 or 5 guys that you could see making this team, probably maybe even 6 or 7, because you think one of these college kids is going to pop at NCAAs between Jovan Martin, Terrence Laird, right? Like, there's going to be some Michael Williams, one of those American collegians is going to do something special at NCAAs, and then you're like, well, you only got to hold it for one more week, and that they're going to start looking like a trendy pick as well too. It's going to be tough, man. It is going to be tough for Lyles to get on this team.
If you're Noah Lyles, do you even bother running the 100?
Yes, 100%. 100%. If you're healthy. Yeah, because that's been the goal all along. And listen, here's what you do. If you get on the team, you got a really good shot to get a medal at the Olympics, because we talked about the disparity right now between the U.S. and everybody else in the men's 100. So you would not pass up that chance. And I think he's going to be confident enough in his 200 to where he could do both. That seems like the next logical step for him. But yeah, I had him as co-favorite with Bromell going into the year. Bromell, pulled away from him, obviously, but now you have the rest of the United States closing the gap or passing him as well too. You look at his hundreds this year: 10:08.
He's yet to win a 100 final.
Yeah, 10:17, 10:03, 10:10, 10:14, and 10:05. Some of those, races were better than others. Some of those were obviously more important than others and had better competition. But he hasn't won one, and he hasn't broken 10 seconds. This is why when I bet my house on him in the 200. I did not bet my house, just for the record and for the people who are in the process of contacting me about repossessing my house. It was the 200, not the 100. Please stop calling me.
Do you think we're going to see like a eye turning, head turning, I don't know, like, whoa, like eye emoji performance from Noah Lyles in 2021? Because we're in June now, and we have yet to really see
anything. Would that be a PR? Would that be a PR?
It would be like a 19.6 or faster, a 10.8, 9.8 flat or faster.
Yeah.
So like a performance that isn't like 19.9 or like 1989.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
know.
think. Well, here's the thing. He's one of those guys where the bar is really high. So
Yeah,
you ask what's head turning? Well, when your PB is 1950, you're thinking, okay, well, he's got to run something at least better than 1950 to be head turning. If you set the over under at 19.7, I would take the under by the end of the season. I think he could get there. Is he going to PR? Is he going to have a shot at the American record, which is something that people had been talking about since Doha or prior to Doha? No, I don't think that's looking likely at this point. But things change so quick, and it's the people that are taking it like aren't look that don't look great right now. Sometimes are the ones who look great in the summer, and then vice versa.
yeah.
Um, all I know is so it's to answer your question. I don't think so, but it's tough to talk about 2 months from now when the Olympics are. It's a lot easier to talk about 118 days where we just had a guy beat him who's not the best guy in the US and run 989 and say, hey, it's going to be a dogfight to get a spot in the top three.
Yo, look at Noah Lyles' Instagram right here. This is after he ran his 19.9. Wrote 19.9 for my first 200 of the year. Yeah, I'm cool with that. You got Knight, giving a fire emoji. Hazel Clark being like, "We're proud of
Mm-hmm.
you, champ." And then you got Adam Fask _10 with the Laird with the
Jeez.
1981 season opener. He cool with that too. It's just like coming in hot. It's like
Jeez. In the
Lyles is just
comments.
like, "Hey guys, I'm feeling good," and I was like, "Yo, watch out." That's what I'm saying. People love young kids. It's kids
Mm-hmm.
and people who are winning. That's who get all the attention. So it's fine. I mean, I mean, do you think there's a chance Laird could I mean, we might be having a conversation
Mm-hmm.
after NCAAs next week. Speaking of NCAAs, we're going to go live during NCAAs on that Friday and Saturday, and
Mm-hmm.
live right after the prelim days on Wednesday and Thursday here on YouTube. So subscribe, come back, it'll be a good time. But if Laird at NCAAs goes out and runs like 1975, so
Mm-hmm.
he'll run multiple 19.8s, runs a 1975. Would would he beat? Do you think he could beat Lyles at the trials? That's a
I'm
great
taking
line. Can
Lyles.
he beat Lyles at the trials? I like that phrase.
I'm 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 sticking with Lyles in that 200 until he is actually dethroned by somebody who runs the event. So anybody but Michael Norman, I think. If Kenny B had beaten him, we're probably having a different conversation. That race was so close. Maybe I'm putting too much stock into Lyles being able to catch Bednarik at the end. But no, I'm not gonna put Lyles second to a collegian right now. Or even if
What
he
if
runs 19.7. I
what
mean,
if
if
he
he
runs
beats his PR,
1969?
yeah, I mean, then we're having a different conversation. But he's got to do that first. So
Okay.
I just think, I think, I look at Lyles, and this is a bad comparison. I know, I understand it, but like I look at Lyles and Norman the same way in terms of they're very confident that they're going to make the team. Now, Lyles is doubling probably. Norman's not. Norman's been winning all these 400s. Lyles has been running a lot of hundreds where he hasn't won. So it's not a perfect comparison, but they both seem to be taking this long approach to Tokyo. And I don't think all of a sudden they just, like, I don't think Norman forgot how to run 43, and I don't think Lyles forgot how to run 19.7. I think there's a reason why they're at this part of their season when they are. 100, a different story because he was less proven in the 100. But if you're comparing Norman in the 4 to Lyles in the 2, I think they're both going to be fine when the time comes. And I think they're going to run um, near what we thought that they were capable of at the beginning of the year. So that doesn't necessarily mean Lyles is going to run a PR, Norman's going to run a PR, but Norman's going to get to 43s and Lyles is going to get under 19.7.
We do have to say there's a caveat to what he just said. As you guys know, there's a conflict of interest for Kevin Sully because he does have his house on the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
line for Lyles' success this summer. So
Mm-hmm.
um, take
Man,
his
that looked
takes
like
with
a
a grain
sure
of
bet.
salt, of course.
I should have put that money on. I should have, in retrospect, should have put it on Krauser when we were talking about the house bets. I should have put it on